Everyone, welcome back. I'm RaDona from Boys and Girls Hairstyles. Today I have Faye with me. She is a sweetheart. She drives from Grantsville. And cool story about Faye is she had met my mom and sister on a trip. And anyway, loved my mom and sister's hair and asked about it and found out that I did hair. So now you've been coming over, it's a year and a half? No, almost two, isn't it? Something about that. Anyway, but yeah, we're super good friends now. She comes all the time, but that's how we met, is through my sister and my mom, and cute hair. So I'm super excited. She has fine thin hair, and I wanted to show you this haircut. It's super good because it will give fullness when we round brush it, so it looks like she has more hair. And it's more of a soft look. It's not real spiky, but yet it's a little bit piecey. So it doesn't look grandma-ish. I nothing against grandmas, because I'm a grandma. And so nothing against that, but you can piece it out a little bit, but still have it kind of soft looking. So that is her cut. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna comb this down, and we are going to trim with the clippers straight across here. Just clean this up. Yeah, I was super sad because I didn't get to go on that trip. And I remember the whole time I was sad that they was gone and I wasn't. And then I was super happy when Faye called when they got back. And anyway, now we've been doing hair for a while, huh? And we've colored and we've cut and we've had it shorter and we've had it grown it a little bit, but this cut has been great because it's a tiny bit longer, and she feels like it's easier for you to style, right? Yes. Longer, yes. So some people it's a little bit easier when it's really short, but Faye, it's a little bit easier for her to do it longer. So it's been about 7 weeks. So she's not, where she doesn't go super, super short and her hair doesn't grow super fast. We're doing a good trim, obviously, but we are not taking a ton off. So you can see how much I'm taking off. And the point cutting, I always love point cutting. It just helps add a little bit of different movement. And the edges on the lines when you cut, in this haircut, it really softens it a little bit. And you wouldn't think it would too much, but it truly does. You don't get to see those lines in the hair when you're, cutting straight or point cutting. So but it's fun. She actually gets to go and see her sister after. Usually, are you going today to see your sister after? No. No, okay. Usually on hair day, she gets to go see her sister over in Manti, and so that's kind of fun too. She gets to come this way and then head over there. Okay, so you can see I'm just coming in vertical sections all the way down her hair. Like each section this way. Okay, and then on this hair, I'm just going to come in, kind of point cut there and point cut on the side of her hair. Okay, awesome. Now on this side, same thing. We're just going to trim this top by point cutting. And I just follow the guide point that I have cut the time before. And that way it just keeps you on the same track of what you're cutting. A lot of people, especially if they're first starting out, they like to section off, which is totally great. I used to do that also. But then, you know, once you get into it, you kind of have your groove of what you're doing. You can you can keep track of where you're at in your haircut. So either or is great. It's kind of funny because when I first started hair, when people would say, you know, when I would see them do a haircut without sectioning everything off, I was like, wait, what are they doing? Like it kind of give me the, oh my gosh, I can't do that, you know? And they're like, no, one day you'll be able to, you know, you'll be. And now I'm like, oh, yes, I do remember them telling me that. So if you're out there thinking, no way, I have to section everything off, one day you won't, I promise. Okay, so now I'm going to come up horizontal. Just kind of cut up into here. Okay, same thing on this side. So if you cut vertical, you can always go horizontal to check everything, or vice versa. It doesn't matter. But that is definitely a way you can check, is to go up horizontal. Okay, perfect. She does, it's so funny. She'll be like, my hair here or here. It's so funny how people usually have a section of hair that drives them nuts, right? It really is. And I'm sure people out there are like, yes, it's this spot, or it's my left side, or it's my right side, or it's my crown, but yeah, so working with those sections and parts and finding out little ways to make it easier, definitely would suggest that, trying to. So if you guys have any issues, you can let me know and I can try to help you out that way. I always try to tell people, you know, don't let your hair air dry if you have cowlicks or, you know, bad things back here in the back or whatever, because your hair is just going to dry the way that it grows. So you need to go against that. Yeah, always talk to your clients about, you know, how much are you wanting off, or because sometimes their hair will grow faster. And when you've had them long enough, your clients, you're going to know their hair. You're going to know what they need and what, you know, sometimes I'm like, somebody will come back and I'm like, wow, that is super long. Like, what happened? It's so long. So you'll get to know their hair, to know how much to take off. But I always like to go over it with my clients, like, hey, how much are you feeling you want off? Faye just needed, you know, just to shape up. She wasn't way long, was you, Faye? Yep, Faye is a fun one. It's fun. I've got to know her family too. I get to see pictures, and that's what I love about my job also. I get to know all the families. Okay, I am going to make sure this is kind of pieced out. It did seem like on this other side that it was kind of long and not as pieced out. Can you see kind of that's long right there? I'm going to come up and just kind of piece this out. You doing good, Faye?
Yeah.
Sweet. Do you want to tell them the cute story when you first came?
I don't remember.
It was so funny. I can't believe she can't remember, because we laugh about it about every time. She got her hair colored, cut. It was super fun. She went over to her sister's. On her way back, she decided to stop and pay me. It was so funny. So we always tease about it because I didn't even notice, right? And she left. I didn't notice. And so then she comes back and she's like, we're done it. Oh my goodness. And so, yeah. So now we just kid about it every time. She's like, I'm going to pay before I leave this time. I'm like, it's great. It's fine. I literally didn't even notice. I'm like, oh. Sorry, maybe that's why you had it blocked out of your mind. You did not remember that, right? Oh, too funny. Okay, so these sides I just checked and they just seemed a tiny bit long. So I just took them a little bit shorter. Okay, I'm gonna do a tiny bit of texture up here. She doesn't like a lot because she feels like she's thinning. And so you take that into consideration when your client is feeling a little bit thin. But it really does help a little bit to give them the volume. So I definitely would do just a tiny bit, but be very cautious of your client and what they're wanting. So you can see I just did 3 little sections, but that will help it stay in and have more volume. All right, Miss Faye. Well, I'm sorry for bringing that up. I just had a tease because it's fun to tease, right? Okay, so the Kenra mousse, love the Kenra mousse. That gives it volume. If you have short, thick hair, you are going to want to use something different, maybe like a blowout cream. If you have thick, frizzy, this one's a good one. I'm just trying to show you guys some of this. A lot of clients of mine have thin hair. I do have a lady that has thick, coarse hair, and we're going to be doing a PIXIE on her. I know there's a couple of you that have asked for that, so that will be coming. Okay, now I'm going to spray this with the volume and lift spray. Then just make sure you rub it in. Okay, and then the back we're just going to dry down. Yeah, there's been lots of times that she brings it up, so I thought it would be funny to bring it up. Sorry, Faye. But it is funny. Like, I literally did not even notice. And she's like, yes, you did. I'm so sorry. I'm like, Faye. And she's not the only one. It's happened a lot. So it's all good.
Not a lot with me.
What's that?
Not a lot with me.
No, really. I promise you. No. One.
She was thinking, oh, thanks, sister, for referring.
Yeah. Thanks for this lady that comes and gets her hair done for free. I love it. No, I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. No, it's so great. And if I would have remembered, I would have known you was good for it anyway. So all good. Okay, so you can see that I'm just using the dryer on low right here. She has some hair that will stick up if you don't use low. So you can see I'm just taking the round brush through here. Okay, now up through the top, I am going to turn it on high. I'm going to turn this low so I can talk to you guys for a second. So if you have hair that you feel is fine and a little thinner, but almost a little bit wiry, that is Faye's hair. That's how hers, feels and is. So it's really good to obviously give, the top part, the mousse and stuff to have volume, but make sure where it is a little bit wiry that you watch how you blow dry, because that will make a huge difference. Like if I was to come back here and really mess this up, her hair's more wiry, so it would poke out more this way. Like all this and stuff is pretty soft, but this is a little bit And sometimes it can be where you sleep. I have another lady that has it on one side, and it's the side that she sleeps on. And so you might have that. But if you do, I would just recommend being very careful when you blow dry it. And that can really help control what your hair is going to do. I would be curious out there how many are like, oh, I do sleep on that bad side of mine. Because it really can make a difference. Okay, so you can see that that's just soft, but I am going to turn her to the mirror in a second, and I'm going to piece it out because I don't want it like super like fixed, but we don't want it spiky. So I'm just taking a tiny bit of the styling paste, and I'm going to turn her to the mirror. Haha, feel better?
Mm-hmm.
Good. See, look how pretty you are. Looks great. Okay, so you can see I'm just coming in, putting a little bit of this through the layering. So when I go to give it some volume, when I back comb it, you'll be able to see more of the layering and not just feel like it's just poofed and set. Gives it a little bit of movement. Hair? Sorry. Okay, so I like to back comb here. Oh yes, that is so cute. So Faye just said it's ratting back in her day. Perfect. I literally love that. That's so cute. It's true though. I'll even go to say that sometimes. Or people will say, I just can't wrap my hair good. I love it. It's my favorite. So then after I've sprayed, I just take my brush and I just kind of place it back into its spot. Okay. I'm going to come to the front here. Going to back comb this a tiny bit and spray it. Yeah, Faye keeps saying, which my sister's coming next, so Faye, she keeps saying, I know, won't that be fun? Like, when are we going on another trip? And I say, well, I'm going on the next one. I missed out on the last one. Not again. Okay, let me just see you. Okay. Okay, sweet. So that way it's not short and spiky, it's just more soft, but yet you can show off a little bit of the layering with a tiny bit of the paste. And I'm just going to turn her around so you guys can see. Going for a ride, Faye. Okay, you guys, hopefully you enjoyed the haircut and hopefully it helps you. And I appreciate all of your love and support. We will chat with you next time. And thanks again for letting us do this. And have a great day. See ya.